The power of the next action decision. So if you've been following along so far, you know that identifying the next action is a very key part of getting things done. And he goes as far to say that if everyone in society did this, the entire world would be more productive. Because essentially, everything is just a series of steps. And primarily the reason why you procrastinate is because you don't know what the next action is. So if everybody just like knew the next action, they would know what to do, and then they could be thinking of how to do that next action. So what do you do if you don't know the next action? He says to intelligently dumb it down. So one thing I do is I say, if I don't know what the next action is, then the next action is to identify the next action. And that sounds silly, but if you just simply spent an exercise not trying to do the next thing, but just to figure out what's the next thing to do, you're more likely to figure it out. And you could just keep breaking that down. So also consider some of these other things, some of these other mental heuristics you could bring in, like the 80-20 rule, like what's 80% you can get, what's 20% of something you can do that will give you 80% of the value. So even if you don't let the imperfect be the enemy of good, or however that phrase goes, just try to do something, just anything. Incremental progress will get you closer, and then you might have another vantage point that would help you to see just a little bit farther. And that's kind of the value of next actions.